binoculars, welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with this report. We're going to be talking about um, Clement Lenglet, Frank Kessie, and Nico's future as the three exit link Barca stars will travel to the US with their futures yet to be sorted out. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about our new signing, Oriol Romeu, who have spoken after completing his medicals. We are going to be discussing on what he said. So, guys, as we get right into the stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe. If you haven't, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona are set to head across the Atlantic on Wednesday, kickstarting the preseason tour in the United States, where they are slated to play 4 friendlies. Ahead of the trip, many of the star players are facing uncertain future at the club, but in a rather surprising move, Xavi Hernandez has decided to include three players who are uncertain about their futures this summer. According to Sport, the three players in question are Frank Kessie, Nico Gonzalez, and Clement Lenglet. All of them have been linked with an exit from the club this summer, but Xavi wants them to be a part of the US tour as long as their future is not resolved. This is a pivot from last season's strategy, where the Barca head coach decided to exclude 7 players from the trip to the USA, including Samuel Umtiti and Lenglet himself. There is a possibility at least one of them could even leave Barca before the club jets off to the US, though Kessie, in particular, has become a hot prospect in the market right now, with Juventus reportedly keen on signing him on a season-long loan deal with a purchase option. Although Kessie favors a move to Premier League, he is open to the idea of returning to Italy. It will be interesting to see how things progress in the coming days. Nico, meanwhile, is reportedly closing in on a move to FC Porto. The Portuguese Giants are negotiating a loan move for the Barcelona young star as part of their plans to reinforce their ranks in the middle of the pack. As for Lenglet, Tottenham Hotspur are keen on signing him on permanent deal, but they are not willing to splash more than 5 million euros for the defender, which puts Barcelona in a difficult position as to look to either get rid of the player or V for a better deal. Of course, Barca will be jetting off to the United States to kickstart preseason. Of course, unlike last year, as I said earlier, Xavi told the players who had certain futures to stay at Barca and don't follow the team to the United States tour. But this season, it seems not the case, as Lenglet, Frank Kessie, and Nico Gonzalez are reportedly set to fly with the club to the United States, except that something just happened in this past few. In fact, if something happens today with any of them, as to maybe a club comes to buy, that's the only scenario that the person or the player will not travel. But apart from that, Javi wants all of them to be there at the US to train and to play those friendlies while sorting out the futures at the same time. Of course, sales have been really slow for Barca, and quite unfortunate that the transfer window have not gone as planned. Honestly, it hasn't gone as planned. So as it stands right now, Barca are still pushing so hard to ensure that these departures materializes as soon as they can, so that the club can focus on bringing in new players and registering those new players. Because let's not forget that even the players that Barca have signed so far, they haven't been registered in La Liga, which is a big problem and a big shame. And of course, Barcelona cannot even go further in this market to sign many more players, all because of limitations. Financial limitations have made our season or the summer window not the best of summers. And of course, let's see how things go from here. Of course, Lenglet has been, still like linked to Tottenham till now, all because of the price tag. Barca and Tottenham have just been silent about it, and because Barca wants something higher than the 5 million that Tottenham are asking, but Tottenham have already refused woefully that they can't add something to Lenglet. that 5 million is okay for him. So far, nothing has been said again about that link, but the player still continues to be linked to Tottenham Hotspur. Nico Gonzalez, among the three, is the only one who is considered for a loan move, as the player still has that potential to succeed one day at the club. As it stands, they are saying that Porto from Portugal are showing strong interest and they might sign him. For Frank Kessie, linked with many clubs, Juventus showing a loan interest, but Barca want better permanent move. Then moving on to the final story of discussion. Bearing the confirmation of an official announcement, everything is complete as far as Oriol Romeu's return to Barca is concerned. The 31-year-old midfielder all set to return to his boyhood club, signing from Catalan rivals Girona imminently. After prolonged negotiations with Girona, Barca finally made a breakthrough over the weekend and reached total agreement with the player. The Spanish midfielder is set to arrive in a deal worth 5 million plus add-ons. The operation will also include player with Pablo Torre leaving Barca for Girona on a loan deal. Romeo skipped training for Girona yesterday in order to complete his medicals with the team, and as per Alex Pintanel, the 31-year-old has successfully completed that medical. In fact, following the departure, Romeo even spoke a little with the media about his impending move to Barcelona. He said, "Yes, I'm happy to be here." Romeo went on to add that he has not had any exchange with manager Xavi Hernandez. He said, "I haven't spoken to Xavi yet. Romeo's transfer is only a matter of time now, and an official announcement could arrive in the coming hours, although there is a chance that the club might push the confirmation of the transfer tomorrow to avoid the news clashing with Gundogan's former presentation as a Barca player, which is currently underway." So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.